Hello, my name is Father Lawrence Jagfeld. I am a Franciscan of the Sacred Heart Province and the administrator of CUSA, an apostolate of persons with chronic illness and/or disability. This Sunday we continue to read from St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians. Brothers and sisters, in Christ Jesus, you who once were far off have become near by the blood of Christ. For he is our peace, he who made both one, and broke down the dividing wall of enmity through his flesh, abolishing the law with its commandments and legal claims, that he might create in himself one new person in place of the two, thus establishing peace, and might reconcile both with God in one body through the cross, putting that enmity to death by it. He came and preached peace to you who were far off, and peace to those who were near. For through him we both have access to one Spirit, to the Father. This reading speaks of bringing two people together. And the reading is filled with all sorts of code words. For instance, we heard of those who are near and those who are far off. This would have been the way for these people to refer to the Gentiles as the ones who were far off, and the Jews as the ones who were near. St. Paul, we know, was the one who brought the good news to the Gentiles. And even though he really championed the cause of a community made up of both those who were from the nation of Israel as well as those from other nations, he fills this particular passage with all sorts of us and them language. He also speaks of a barrier or a wall that separates these two people, a wall of enmity. This is not a metaphor. This is something that was very real. For in the temple, the courtyards were separated by walls. The courtyard of the Israelites was separated by a wall from the courtyard of the Gentiles. Inscribed on the wall leading into the courtyard of the Israelites is this inscription: "No one of another nation is to enter, and whoever is caught will be personally responsible for that death which ensues." A very strongly stated warning that a Gentile was not allowed to enter into the temple. This was the barrier wall, the wall of enmity that existed between Gentiles and Jews. St. Paul maintains that Jesus created something entirely new. Now, we're not talking about a new pencil that hasn't been sharpened or that hasn't been chewed upon. When St. Paul says that Jesus created something entirely new, he's saying that Jesus made something that had never been seen before. A community composed of both Gentile and Jew, bonded by the faith they have in Jesus. And it is this faith that they have in the crucified Lord that is their peace. This cruel act, this terrible execution that Jesus underwent, created a new peace between Jew and Gentile. Ever since that time, ever since Paul put these words to paper, we have looked upon our Christian faith as the place of reconciliation, the locus of forgiveness. It is in the community that enemies can become friends, that those who have fought with each other can now live with each other in peace, both those who were far off as well as those who are near. For more information about CUSA, please go to our website at www.cusan.org.